wife is asleep in bed and it's early morning, but late in the morning. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربك وارحم أنت Let's sample that. It's on 2 minutes 28. Cuckoo Ruhda Roo reminds me of the bird, the cuckoo bird, which places the eggs in a different bird's nest, and then the other bird does not suspect that they're not her eggs, but actually spends all the time looking after the cuckoo's bird's offspring, children, and it's so much bigger than the other bird's eggs, and it kills all the other birds.
Discriminación.
And then there's this cockerel that does a cuckoo do every morning. So anyway, mashallah, it's okay. It's a natural thing to happen. And it's okay. I prefer the happiness that I have with this family, with my home family, than to end up homeless and on the streets with those stupid idiots, the rock and rollers who have spied on me and disobeyed the messenger and conspired and with all the music and all the ideas, and there's not many who actually take up the banner of Islam and truth and monotheism and submission and are guided by God, whereas they just observe the scene and just try to tyrannize to win souls, the golden words, the golden values, whereas the submitters to God and the messengers of God don't ask for a wage and yet they are the true winners who are promised paradise, eternal paradise. Whereas these devils and demons who try to win souls and use golden values, golden jewellery and as bait, just so that you sell your soul and associate partners to God and all these things, and it's a different situation. If you're a monotheist submitter, then you're troubled deeply by all these devils and demons who wish to lead you astray, and even humans who are polytheists will try to hurt you by backbiting and by various techniques and trying to make you snap. God controls our minds and hearts, and we just stay calm and carry on, and they're just little temporal forces of corruption rather than leading into anything huge. the schemes of the disbelievers backfire against them. That's what we know. And mashallah, God guides from the depths of darkness into light, and that's the main philosophy, So. They hate you, they hate humans, whereas messengers and angels care about humans. Devils and demons hate you because they're losers who are destined for hell. And they don't want you to share into heaven, paradise either, whereas the angels and messengers are blessed and wish you well and goodwill. I wish you to also join them in paradise. And those who think the angels, by eating forbidden fruits, are just totally misled by the devil. These British people think that to the observations they can pinpoint particular things and aspects concerning Semites who they use the philosophy to know yourself is to know your enemy, and but what they're doing really is eating forbidden fruits and thinking they become angels. When they don't become angels, they just think they shine like angels with their golden words and their elaborate words. And when they see gold jewelry as a symbol of their worth, they think, yeah, I must have achieved something. But they haven't achieved anything. There'll come a time when all their achievements will not help them in the least. When the natural world, when the natural defeats the impeccable. That's the difference. So I'm much more happier being here than being a devil's child who's murdered his parents or something like that, and let them rape his wife, and just because he's angry. I'm not angry. I'm calm as can be, and I don't follow their thoughts. I'm not a satanic Satanist. I'm a Semitic. I'm a monotheist Semitic, and I know I'm guaranteed happiness. Whereas what they're promising is I'm a bastard Ra. I don't know what they want to do. What his identity is and who he is. I don't know who he is. I'm the Messiah, son of David. No, I'm a bastard Ra. I lead to the promised land, not to one world empire. I'm not a temporality, I'm an eternality. I feared the Lord in the last day. I believe in the last day, inshallah. Even though these testing times where I've been impatient and thought certain times will lead to certain things, and in them hasty words, in them haste, I wrote things like how will happen on 12/12/12 or 12/3. Only God knows the future and when it will be, but I don't want to force. I don't want to hasten it or make it happen quicker. I don't want to do anything. That's against God's law. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. They think they've achieved something with their accolades and their prizes and all the artificially created games of sports and listings and hierarchical tables and all this. They think they've achieved something, but all they're doing is trying to emulate and imitate the great ones, and the great Messiah, the Messiah, son of David, who wrote the history written by Victor, and who led and showed the victory of God. They haven't achieved anything. The money and their wealth and their children and all these things don't mean anything. Don't mean anything. And their health or whatever don't mean anything. Because we're half the size of Goliath, but we're not. What's it like? And God, anyone who reverences God will make everything easy for them. Now they can't stand the light of God. They can't stand the light of God, the light of the Quran, the revelation of the Quran. They can't stand it. They need to corrupt it, like Muhammad does in the false verses and at the end of Surah 9. Now they can't stand the light of God, and they think, no, we need a different book. So they start reading my book, which is Messiah's book, and think this is their guidance, the rules of guidance, when it's not. It's not. It has nothing to do with that. It's just to embody the spirit and the physical life, and not the physical life, the whole aspect, the whole life, and the life, the culture, and breathing the soul of Islam. To someone whose heritage comes from the Abrahamic faith of submission, and someone who can if the right code is placed, can unravel certain intricate parts of the religion and and be wise. You know what Solomon said: get wisdom. So and he's talking to his son, and he said, get wisdom. Wisdom is more profitable than silver, and he is better return than gold, more precious than rubies. Nothing you can desire can compare with it. Wisdom is supreme. So you get wisdom, so therefore get wisdom. MashaAllah. And before I even read Proverbs, I already written like I think 5 books, and had, I don't know, I'm in the conspiracy against us, in this conspiracy world of 9/11 and all these wars, and why they happen is because they spawned the Messiah, son of David, and they conspire at night. That's why they're called dark scientists instead of light faithful, who who live in the light, and rest at night, and have a whole heart for Islam, for God, who come to God with a whole heart, who don't try to harden their heart or so that they can start profiteering from evil or make money. Because God knows, God is most wise, God controls all things, God's knowledge encompasses all things. He knows those who are appreciative and He knows those who are unappreciative. Those who are appreciative will find blessings and amazing miracles or astound them all their life. Happiness and joy. Because they possess intelligence, because when they read something and they come across something about messengers of God and the news they bring, they take it seriously, whereas those who are in the New World Order and are polytheists, they know themselves. They use a philosophy to know yourself is to know your enemy, and they think, well, we must be doing the same thing as they're doing. We're not doing the same thing as they're doing. We know we're in the kingdom of God, we've repented, and we know that the schemes of the disbelievers backfire against them. That's what we think. When they say to know yourself is to know your enemy, we say schemes of the disbelievers backfire against them. That's what we say. They're wicked and we're righteous. Why does everything change? Why everyone changes? Because there's different stages in life. There's a fetus, there's a baby, there's a child, there's a youth, there's the elder, and these represent insects, animals, humans, devils, angels, and so when you're in your mother's belly, who's forming you to become a baby or becoming a human or whatever creature you become in your mother's belly, and brings you out into the world. In the creation, in the creation of humans, in the creation of creatures inside the belly, it shows you that there's omnipotent power, or there's omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent being, or God, who's controlling everything. But they want to distort God's creation, and because of the wickedness. Now, when you denounce the devil, like I've shown you, when you denounce the devil, what do these wicked people end up doing? Do they end up confessing that, yes, the news you brought was actually has been verifiably brought truth to us, and it's a guidance and a beacon, and will not a beacon, but it has opened the door, has led you to the gates of paradise, but are you willing to go in, or you say, well, there it is, so we'll leave it open until we need it, until time comes. Do they confess? No, they start crying. And the proofs are manifest, and all the denounce of the devil occurs, and everything. They don't confess who they are and what they do, and what they have done. Why did they do it? They don't confess it, and they start crying. But when they wanted to hurt humans, they were full of linguistics and bravery and courage. And they showed such eloquence in their wording and the emphasis of intelligent words, and just to call us morons or dumb and all these words that they use, derogatory words they use against humans. They call animals dumb. Animals are not dumb. Animals are just doing. Humans are speaking. Devils are observing. Angels are listening.